temporary sleeping cabins so people on the street can have a safe place to sleep.
CBS 8's Chris Groh is live downtown, sharing a look inside these cabins here. Chris?
And I want to point a couple things out here. The cabin just right here behind us, Pallet. But I want to bring in Supervisor Terra Lawson-Remer here to talk a little bit about what we're seeing introduced today. About 70 square feet, about 100 of these, but can really make a difference, right?
Absolutely. I'm very excited. We've, at the county, acquired 100 of these pallet homes to get up as quick as we possibly can to help house our unhoused population. And they're very cost efficient. You can get them up really quickly. We took this action just a couple months ago. Now we're here. Now we're looking for community partners to get these in the ground.
And we got a chance to look inside, and we'll put some of that video up right now so that people can kind of see again what it looks like inside. But how does this help? You mentioned efficiency. How does this help combat the homeless crisis in which we're seeing so many people unable to find shelter or affordable housing?
I mean, unfortunately, I think our prior regional leadership just did not take homelessness seriously. So for decades, they just weren't building housing, they weren't building homes, they weren't building shelters. And so when I was elected just a couple years ago, I realized we had a huge deficit. In fact, we had no shelter beds in the county at all, 0. And we've now already built 900 just in 3 years. So we're continuing to scale that up because we know that people who are sleeping on the streets, we really got to make sure that they have an opportunity to get into shelter. You got families, you got elderly people, and it's really one of the first steps on the road to getting into permanent housing. So this is one of those options to get folks that are in crisis on our streets off of our streets, do it cheaply, do it quickly, and that's why we're moving these forward.
And how will this work? Because different programs will have to pitch in as well, too.
Absolutely. So on the county side, we got a grant to get these pallet homes. Now we've got them. There's 100 of them. And as soon as we get these out, we're going to go acquire some more. So that's what we've done. And now we're putting a call out to community partners, to churches, to neighborhood groups, to some of our homeless advocate groups. There's a lot of organizations out there, to cities who might have a plot of land and say, hey, we've got the shelters. You don't have to pay for them. But if you have a site, let's get this up. Let's get this running. Let's move. Let's do this now. So in a way, it's a call to action for all of our city partners, all of our community partners saying, you got the land, we got the shelters, let's go.
And then next week, you're proposing taking a look at county land to maybe not only house some of these options, but also to try to come up with some other different unique ideas. Could you explain that?
Absolutely. So I'm bringing an item to my colleagues on Tuesday, asking for their support. We've identified 6 county sites that already have utilities, they already have infrastructure, so we don't have to have a lot of upfront time or investment or prep costs. We could just go in and get pallet homes or get sprung shelters or get safe sleeping up and running immediately, and asking for them to sign off and say, let's go. We've got 6 sites countywide. There's at least 1 in every single district, and we can move fast to get up a shelter, to get up a pallet home, to get up a safe sleeping cabin, or even just safe parking, because having the shelters is only half the battle. We also have to have a location, and we've done that work. We found those sites, and I'm hoping my colleagues will move forward with me to move as fast as we can on these county lands.